On an overcast Saturday morning, thousands of spectators packed the Gosford foreshore to witness the start of the 1983 Dunlop 2GO International, round 3 of the Australian Rally Championship. It's the biggest event of the Australian Rally calendar. 80 starters, including 5 Australian Rally champions, 3 Bathurst winners and 3 internationals. Two-time British champion and Ford Works driver Malcolm Wilson is the man to watch. It's his first event in Australia. He's to do battle with top Australians Colin Bond in a very fast V8 Triumph, 4-time national champion and current points leader Ross Dunkerton in a Datsun, Bathurst winner Dick Johnson driving in his first rally, and the current Australian champion and last year's winner of this event, Jeff Portman in a Datsun Bluebird.
International Car Rally of 1983.
To get this far, most of the teams have had to put in months and months of preparation and spend thousands and thousands of dollars preparing their cars. But over the next 2 days, they'll find out whether or not their preparations will be rewarded.
100, very fast left.
The rally course is set in State Forest north of Gosford. There are 23 competitive stages over more than 300 kilometres of dirt roads made slippery by heavy rains the day before the event. The opening stages set the tone for the rally. The pace is fast and furious, faster in fact than anyone can ever recall in an Australian event. The man setting the pace is that Englishman, Mad Malcolm Wilson, in a blindingly fast Ford Works Escort. The top drivers are forced to push themselves to the limit just to stay with Wilson. On that first morning, cars are clocked at speeds up to 220 kilometres an hour over one stage through the forest. Wilson continually sets the fastest times, making it appear like a benefit event for him and his crew. Portman is running well, as are Greg Carr in his Fiat Abarth and Colin Bond. The second stage is a special 3-lap section around the Jillaby motocross circuit, and it provides a result that many don't expect. Local driver Ian Hill in car 23 blitzes the field, easily setting the fastest time and moving rapidly into contention behind Wilson. Hill knows the course intimately, and his local knowledge shows as he keeps posting very quick times. The rally's ferocious pace wreaks havoc amongst the field. There are many rollovers, like with Steve Annabelle's car 50. A moment's indecision, a wrong move, and over he goes. Another of the fancied runners, 4th placed Ron Marks in his Turbo Renault, shows the scars of a rollover. He continued in the event, dropping only a minute, but many places. His service crew had a few anxious moments, though, before the car was raced back into action. Another casualty, this time with mechanical difficulties, Ross Dunkerton. He had fuel problems that made his car stop right in the middle of the stage. At the end of the first day's daylight stages, it's Wilson first by more than 2 minutes.
I mean, I didn't really know what to expect, but then we got to the end of the first stage and we sort of taken 20-odd seconds of everybody, so I thought, oh, well, at least we're right there somehow anyhow.
In second place, despite some mechanical problems, is Ian Hill.
I think the car's good enough to win the event. It's really just a matter of whether I drive it properly and whether we get a few breaks along the way, and nothing much too major goes wrong with the car.
Jeff Portman hangs on to 3rd spot and has no illusions about being able to outrace Wilson.
I don't for a minute think they're going to catch the car in front. The Escort's just a little bit too fast at this stage. The man's obviously a very, very professional driver, and he's going far more rapidly than I'm capable of in this car.
The rally continues on into the night with 3 more competitive stages. The front runners maintaining their positions, with only Portman and Carr changing 3rd and 4th spots. There are no major dramas in spite of a few frights over the whereabouts of cars that didn't turn up at checkpoints.
Right, well, he should have been in front of Hodder, who was just in front of you. He's in place and you're in place.
No, Ron Kremen was just in front of Hodder and has been for quite a while. So.
Right, well, Kremen actually had Byrne behind him when they left Wyong, so Byrne's gone...
Oh, he disappeared somewhere.
Disappeared somewhere. Right.
Successful rally driving isn't just about speed, it's also about endurance. In this event, there's been a very high attrition rate. Yesterday, 80 cars started. This morning, there was only 50 left. And today, there's been an even higher toll, with many of the top drivers dropping out during the day's event. Day 2, and the first stage is over the fastest section of the course. Wilson is the first car to start, but a few kilometres down the track, he breaks a stub axle, loses a front wheel, and the leader is forced to retire despite driving flat out for 15 kilometres on only 3 wheels. He's not the only one with problems. 4th place, Jeff Portman fails to turn up because of engine trouble. 9th place, Gordon Levin breaks down halfway through the stage, and Japanese star Hotta quits after rolling his Mitsubishi. In one stage, 4 of the top 15 have dropped out, and local driver Ian Hill continues in the lead, with Greg Carr in 2nd and Colin Bond in 3rd.
What the problem is that everyone's just trying so much harder than they normally do because it's a sprint event. The top cars in the country are here, and all you do is go for broke, and if you get to the finish, you'll be in a place. If you sort of sit back and take it too easy, you just won't be there. I mean, you'll be there at the finish, but you won't be in a place. So I think that's the problem with most people. They've just been trying too hard, and they've been having a few more offs and rolls and things than what they may normally have.
Another casualty, Ron Marks, is out with broken suspension, wrecked during another flat-out section. It's a bitter blow for him and his navigator, Monty Safern, and it shows. They'd battled their way through the field to be in 8th place when it happened, setting some very fast times. At the same time, Bond himself becomes a victim with a broken gearbox. So too does Greg Carr, another broken gearbox. And Bob Morris's car 14 finishes on the back of a truck after being gutted by fire. All the top cars are gone. Portman, Wilson, Carr, Bond, Bell, Dunkerton, Marks and Hotter. Of the top 10 starters, only one remains. Japanese driver Kamioka, and he's in 12th spot. Ian Hill still leads in spite of rear drive problems. He clings to that lead over the remaining stages, hotly pursued by car 18, the Datsun 1200 of Murray Coote, and car 24, David Officer's Gallant. And that's how they finish in this amazing event. No one could ever recall a faster rally, or one where there'd been so many casualties. Of the 80 starters, only 34 finished.
Well, a victory there against all the odds to the local boy from Gosford, Ian Hill, who finished with a crook differential.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Yeah, sure, mate.
All I know is you switch them on and they go sometimes. But
put some petrol in the back, don't you?
Obviously a very gruelling rally, and Ian Hill, a privateer, not part of the big combines, he's got up and got the money.
Did well, yeah. It's as well as the fast rally, there was some great countryside. Although I guess the drivers don't get the chance to see that, do they?
No.
Unless you start doing a few tumble turns, of course.
See it at close range.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right.